Your first touch, yes, your first touch in FC26 can either make or break your attack. It can kill your attacking flow if you don't take your first touch in a correct way. And you guys will see why is that the case. Okay, look here, when you take a first touch, the first thing you need to do, stop using the run button when you take a first touch. Because you know why? The run button, when you use it, look here, take my first touch. I don't have ball contact. When I use the run button, the ball is far from my feet. So instead, when you take a first touch, what you want to do is you want to take a first touch with your left stick pointing into the empty space. Just imagine the empty space as a road. And just imagine your players and your opponent's players as cars. You never want to bump into another car, so you'll meet up in accident. You know what I'm saying? I use this analogy to teach you guys so you guys will remember, and this year will become part of your subconscious memory. I don't just explain like other coaches the normal boring way. I try to make it exciting for you guys. So please, when you're taking a first touch, stop using the run button. When you use the run button, I'll tell you later on into the video, okay? And why am I saying the first touch, when you're taking it, can either make or break your attack? Now, let's say I'm passing to this player here. Please watch my controller also. I'm passing to that player there. Now, if I want to pass back to Vinicius Jr., I need to push my left stick in the desired direction Vinicius Jr. is in. Or let's just take another player. Yeah. Okay. Let's say I want to keep this attack flowing nicely. Yeah. That's why I'm saying also, besides taking a first touch into the empty space, all of that there, you guys need to think ahead. That's what pros do. And I got live examples so you guys will see how to take a first touch like a pro. Yes, like a pro. Okay, if you're learning something so far, smash that like button. It helps YouTube to push the video to many other people. Smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I upload, guys. Okay, look here. Look here, Mbappe has the ball. Like, let's say I want to keep this attack flowing, huh? Okay, let's call the players close here. Okay, now I'm going to pass to Vinicius Jr. Then I want Vinicius Jr. to face in a particular way so he can keep this, take his first touch in a particular desired direction. So he can pass to the next player and keep this attack flowing. Look, pass to Vinicius Jr. Boom, first touch. Boom, no run button. And boom, goal, but it was offside. See, if I use the run button, look how far is the ball away from my feet. Let's say I use the run button. Look how far is the ball away from my feet. Don't use the run button. Look, the ball's not far away from my feet. So your first touches will help you to set up your attack. If you guys understand what I'm saying, like now if I'm on the pass to Vinicius Jr. and let's say I want to pass to this player on the right hand side, I take a first touch in the desired direction this player is facing. You know, understand what I'm saying? First touch, boom. See, your first touches can set up your goals, can keep your passing flowing, etc. Please remember that. And the analogy, remember this analogy. Use your opponents, imagine your opponents as cars and your players as cars, and imagine the virtual pitch as a car. I mean, as a road. Why I use this analogy? So it will make you guys remember easily. I'm not like other coaches where I just explain a normal, boring, dull way. I'm different, guys. So look here, if I'm taking a first touch into my opponent's players, let's just get more players here. I'm gonna meet up in accidents. You understand what I'm saying? So it's 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4. Take more players here. Okay. See, you want to take successful first touches into the empty space. Only use the run button when there's no vehicles around you. Like now, no vehicles around me, then use the run button to take a first touch. When there's vehicles around you, you don't use the run button. Like, look, see, I never passed there properly. There's vehicles around me, don't use the run button. You see how successful I take my first touch. No vehicles around you, don't use the run button on the road. When there's vehicles, when the vehicles are far from you, then use the run button. Is the vehicle far? Yes. And take a first touch into the road, into the empty space of the road, not where there's other cars, okay? I hope that this analogy helped with you guys. Now, straight into the live examples, and I want to explain what pros also do besides just taking a first touch into the empty space. Why is it so important? See you guys at the live examples. Please, guys, pay close attention to what I'm about to teach you guys, because your first touch will either make or break your attack. Like I said, and it's always important to think ahead when taking your first touch to set up the next pass. It's all about setting up the next pass, your first touch. Look, I passed the ball to that player there. Now, I'm taking a touch into this direction. You see, just keeping the ball for a while, dribbling. Okay, now I passed to this player, I received the ball. See, yes, I am using the run button, and I'm pointing my left stick in this direction. But then, I realize with this player here, there's another car here. So I can't bump into that car, I go into that direction. You guys see? Going to that direction, dribble a bit, going to the empty space. This is not a attacking video, it's about your first touch. Now I pass to that player there, take a first touch into the empty space. That was a dummy first touch, which I will make a video very soon on it. See, I took a first touch into with that player that direction, and I went the other direction. Now, you guys see, I use the run button for a while. Let go of it. See? Taking a first touch is all about thinking ahead. You see? I did think ahead and I looked where the goalkeeper's positioned. Then I took a first touch in this direction so I can blast it in here. You guys see how am I thinking ahead when taking a first touch? It's not just about taking a first touch into the empty space. It's about setting up those first touches for either passes or goals. Or to keep your attack flowing. And there, bang. You guys saw I got a goal. Okay, now, see, I take a first touch with this player. You see, when you take a first touch, you guys need to think where you need to take a first touch. Because if you want to take a first touch, like let's say, if you want to take if you take a first touch backwards to this, in this direction, then that means you want to pass to this player. If you take a first touch, like maybe in, let's say this direction here, like let's say there's a player here of yours here. Let's say you want to take a first touch in this direction, okay? That means you want to pass to him, and that will keep the attack flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say you want to take a first touch into this direction, you pass to him. Then when he receives the ball, if he wants to keep the flow of the game going, listen to me very carefully here, guys. If he wants to keep the flow of the game going, this player here, then he needs to take a first touch in this direction into the empty space, pass to him, then so on goes on with the next players. If you want to keep that attack flowing and say bang, 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 and you know, keep that attack, you know what, going and flowing, and you know, keep your opponent guessing, keep the tempo high. This is how you keep your tempo high and keep your tempo going. You know what I'm saying, guys? Now, first touch, okay. I made a little bit of a bad pass there. Okay, he ends up losing the ball. Now, look here. I use the run button, but I'm taking a first touch into the empty space away from this car here. Because my car can't meet up in accident, so my car takes the direction there. Now my car goes into the empty space. Look, I get past my opponent. My opponent ends up falling. First touch, you see, into the empty space using the run button. Now my car is going. Now I pass to this player here. First touch, in. See, that's why I say your first touch is important. Now why I wanted to say why it's not just about taking a touch into the empty space. Look here. Pay close attention, guys. If I look where my left stick is pointed, it's pointed in this direction, which means my players is going this side. My car is going in this direction. Now, what if if I had to point the left stick in this direction, my car was going to go in this direction, and the goalkeeper's here, and I wouldn't get the goal. That's why I say it's about thinking ahead and keeping that flow of the game going, keeping that high tempo going. You see, took a first touch away from the goalkeeper, bang, goal. That's why I say it's about thinking ahead, guys, and that's what pros do. Look again, I use the run button, but I take a first touch into the empty space. Like I said, my vehicles, I don't want to meet up in accidents with my vehicles. My vehicles don't want to collide with other vehicles. Taking a touch into the empty space, you guys see, setting up that passes. You guys see how I keep the flow of the game going. Look again, I want you guys to understand. That's why I'm fast forwarding here. Look here. Let's just go from here. Okay. My opponent loses the ball. So I'm thinking ahead here. Okay. My opponent loses the ball. Now I already know in my mind what am I going to do. That's why I use that analogy and I remind you guys, imagine all of our players and our opponent's players as cars. Now my car takes a pass. It takes the first touch in that direction. My car already know where I want to pass with my car. Bang, pass to him now. Why am I taking a touch in this direction? Because I want to make a pass there. You guys see now where I'm going to take a touch to keep this flow of this game is going. Who's open? I take a touch in that direction because why? I want to pass to him. So you guys see where it all started. He took a touch in a particular direction. This player here, number one, this player took a touch in a particular direction to keep the game going and keep the flow going fast and accurate. Say, bang with a ball, bang with a ball, bang, bang, boom. Keep the game going fast. Keep your opponent on his feet. That's why I say your first touches are utmost important, guys. Yes, I'm explaining over and over, but I want you guys to understand and I want to really help you guys excel in this game and be fast and be unpredictable and unreadable. There, bang. I already know what am I going to do. See, why did I take a first touch in this direction instead of taking a first touch in this direction? Because why? I want to pass to him. You guys see, it's setting up those first touches for successful passes and keeping the game going. You guys understand what I'm saying there? Bang. Take a first touch with him in a particular direction where Maradona is waiting a bit. This is not the attacking tutorial. But there, bang. Took a first touch with him. Good now. Bang, goal. You guys see how I reset it up. Just rewatch this video. And yeah, guys, if you guys are learning something, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And yeah, guys, I got a lot more FC26 content coming out very soon, guys. Okay, guys. And if you guys are looking for coaching, holla at me. And also, look into joining the Patreon. I'll really appreciate it, guys. But this is how you become a successful FC25 attacker in this game. Anyways, guys, more FC26 content coming very soon. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.